it's only live.
Oh my God. So we're live, right? We didn't how come it didn't go 3, 2, 1?
I didn't see it.
Oops. She says to me, we're live. Welcome to the Millionaire of the Diamonds. I love this podcast, guys. I don't know about you, but I truly love it. It's simple. It's not hype. It's not look at us. It's a we thing. We're here together to take back control of our emotions. Like we gave an advancement class with Melanie Miller and Marie-Pierre this Wednesday night. And I said to them, if you want to go, this has nothing to do with the podcast, right? This is my multi-level marketing business. And I said that to them, if you want to go to higher places, you need to be master of your faith. Like you have to grow your faith. You have to grow your confidence. You have to grow. And I said, you have to grow your ability to stay emotionally stable. Anyways, long story short, yesterday I had a couple of greeting meets and coachings and mentoring. And one of my directors said, what resonated a lot with me this week is I have to master my emotion. We can't lash out at our wife, at our husband, at our kids, and think it's going to be okay. Always remember when we're lashing out, it's a me problem. And our capacity to take responsibility, because if Monique was here, she would raise the sign, I am responsible. That is the key to success. This is what this podcast is about. So today, embrace yourself, because we're going to go deep, 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 deep on what makes desire and faith feel humanly possible. And I know, again, like yesterday, it's going to be hocus pocus, but Melanie Miller will bring the science behind it. And Marie-Pierre will give you a reflection exercise. So please be very generous in your comments. Participate. Let us know where you are from. If you are in Tupperware, we would love to know it, because I'm realizing we're getting traction from people that are in Tupperware. So if you're not in Tupperware, what do you do? And I want to say a good morning to Martin Noel, not Mathieu, Martin Noel, I got it. Lise, Sherry Novak. Sherry, you're going to love this morning. I mean, you're all going to love it this morning. I'm looking for the crew. Do you see the crew anywhere? Yeah. You saw the crew? Here's James. Yes. James with the crew. And I got cat food for you. Graciosité. Somebody gave us a donation. And I went, cat food. I know who's going to. So I'm really excited. I'm going to split it between you and Kendra. Okay, I love this. Okay, so Olga. Olga, thank you for tagging me. Because now Olga, I want to make her accountable for keeping things orderly in her home. And I said, tag me every day. And I'm going to showcase it on my stories. But most importantly, it holds you accountable. We have Louise with us. And I don't see Matthew. Now I know the difference. Somebody call Matthew. Okay. Over to you, Marie-Pierre.
Okay.
Oh, look. Over to you. Over to you.
It's fine. We're together, but we don't have Melanie to keep us.
Okay, sorry. I'm having a lot of fun.
Okay, so first thing to do is to share the podcast this morning. So you have the text in the comment that you can copy paste it. So you can copy paste it when you share to people. Yeah.
I left my glass here. Do you think the cat went and drank it?
Probably. No, because I was only in.
Oh, so I can drink. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so start to share everywhere on every social media platform, but remember that you can also share by messenger or text message.
It's a bit. Look, Mathieu, where are you? Sorry, Melanie's not there, so we're out of whack here.
Okay, so you can also share by messenger or text message for those people that you really want them to listen to the podcast this morning. Then we have our contest, Millionnaires des Diamants. So first, when you go on our Facebook group called the Millionnaires des Diamants Inspirational Group, every time you post, every time you comment, every time you put a reaction, you gain points during the month to be in the top 10 contributor of the group. And at the end of the month, the official top 10 will get a voucher to go shop on the boutique Les Millionnaires des Diamants. And then we have a draw at the end of each month. So to be in the draw, there's two ways. First, with the boutique Millionnaires des Diamants. So every time that you order, or when you receive your order, always take a picture and post on social media and tag Maria Mariano and Limiana de Diamant to be in the draw. And the second way, same thing, but with the books Limiana de Diamant. So you just receive one of the books, you take a picture. You're reading one of the books, you take a picture. You're doing one of the workbooks, you can take a picture. You're doing one of the quiz, you take a picture. You're using an agenda, you take a picture. So every day you have a new picture that you can post on social media and tag Maria Mariano and Limiana de Diamant to be in the draw at the end of the month. And again, if you don't already have your ticket for the next conference, you will have the link in a few seconds that will appear in the comments. So click on it so you can join us for the next conference. So we have 3 dates that is coming up. So one in April, one in July, and one in November. And it's not to choose which one is the best for you, but it's 3 different subjects. So you want to register for the 3. So you're committed in your personal growth, your personal development. So already decide I will be there for the 3 next conferences.
I'll be there. Na, na.
What is that song? Is it a real song?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll be there. I don't know how to sing. Is it a real song?
I don't know.
Okay.
So voila.
You finished? Okay. I'll be there. Okay. So let's dive in. Welcome, welcome, my friends. She's so short. She's so short. Look, look. And I don't have heels on. Okay. So, my friends, welcome. Okay. A little bit of seriousness here. Okay. It's not even English, right? A little bit of seriousness. Okay. So let me start with a question. Let's dive right in. Are you the master of your mind, or are you your mind's servant? Go into chat. Answer me. Who wins? Who wins in situations where there's fear? Who wins in situations where there's anxiety? Who wins? Who's winning? You or your mind? Ask yourself that question, because that's going to be very important for today's segment, okay? This chapter that we're covering today, it's how to develop faith, is not a superficial fluff. It's not wishful thinking, and it's definitely not hocus pocus. It's really a decision you have to make. So what Napoleon Hill says, to go back a little bit in yesterday, and it's very confronting today. He says that a mind dominated by positive emotions becomes the natural home of faith. So, first thing I want you to understand right now. So, I have Lucy who's answering. I am the master of my mind. I love you, girlfriend. Okay. The thing we need to understand today, when I was reading it, and it's the fourth time I'm doing the book, there is no way I can believe in myself, I can believe in God, or believe in the universe, or whatever other names people are giving this, definition of faith. Nothing is going to happen if I don't dominate my mind. As long as my brain can convince me that I'm not going to do this because I'm afraid. I'm not going to do this because I don't think I'm good. I'm not going to do this because whatever. Or I hit myself while I'm walking and I say to myself, I'm so stupid. And I'm having these kind of thoughts in my brain. It's telling me that my brain is in charge and therefore I do not have faith. Okay. Now, if you're getting me what I'm saying, please go in the chat and let me know, why are you getting me pro I have faith? Why are you getting me no, I regularly allow my brain to dominate me? Okay. It's very, very important, because what follows next is also the solution, right? So it's always your mind or you, your mind or you. Now remember, the mind is ego. So it doesn't want to be embarrassed. It doesn't want to be wrong. Okay. It's so, so important you understand this. And it's hard to tame ego. So I want you to hear this very clearly. Your mind is not neutral. It is either working for you or against you, but it is never neutral. It's like in business. Somebody says to me, I want to maintain. No, no, no. There's no maintaining in business. You're either growing or failing. Okay, but there's no maintaining. So there's no in between. Every thought you repeat, every sentence you say about yourself, every emotion you rehearse, you are training your subconscious mind what to believe, and your subconscious does not ever argue with you. It will always obey you. So if you're getting what I'm saying, go write it down in the comments. I want to see how you're receiving this, because honestly, it is truly the springboard into the best version of myself for 2026, right? Okay, so I remember being at a conference once, years and years ago, and they gave us a strange exercise. They gave us a rubber band. I don't even know if I have it here somewhere. Anyways, I want you to visualize it. Yeah, here we go. I want you to, well, not visualize it like this. It's a broccoli rubber band. So if you don't have one, I invite you to go in the grocery store and steal a few. Or ask, I know you're going to say, oh, you can steal. Okay, don't steal. Ask somebody, can you give me broccoli rubber bands? And it was exactly that what he had said. He had said, put it around your wrist, not to punish yourself, but to interpret the pattern, to interrupt the pattern. So as soon as my brain is trying to be the master of me, and it's actually convincing me not to do this live because it's not the good time, and we'll have 1,000 excuses. He said, you need to snap, because the snap, that light pain, don't go crazy. This is not that. That little snap. Another one said, put a flat, soft rock in your pocket. So every time your brain is telling you something it can't do, touch it. Another one said, put a little tiny pebble in your shoe. And you have to understand, you can't run very far with this little tiny pain that's in your shoe. I mean, I've heard all kinds of things, okay? And this is where it's at. You have to talk against this negativity that's going in your mind. It's you against you. This is what is happening. They talk against your success. That's what is happening. And then they say, why don't I believe in myself? Well, I don't believe in myself because I don't have a system in place to exercise my free will to be master of my mind. So what do you mean, Maria? What do we do? Journaling. I mean, I'm finishing today day 60 of 60. I was 2 weeks behind, and I already have my next journaling ready. I will always be in a journaling. I have an agenda, the millionaire of the diamonds, that, it could be a one station does all. But journaling to reprogram my affirmation, repetition, all of this is what I need to be very strong in daily. You know what, guys? My husband is Muslim and he prays 5 times a day, Marie-Pierre. And that's exactly what's happening. Praying 5 times a day in the morning, early also in the morning. Anyways, 5 times a day, irrelevant. I'm not going to tell you the hours. What it's basically doing, it's keeping him aligned with his faith and never, whatever his beliefs are, never to derail from that. So if it's everywhere, why aren't we doing something? And there's a beautiful movie I watched one day, The Edge, with Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. And in the movie, there's a scenario where they're being chased by a big grizzly bear. And Anthony Hopkins says, we're going to die because the bear will not give up when you're in the wild. And Anthony Hopkins, a very brilliant man in the book, he's portrayed as a man that no matter what he reads, his brain, he has this special brain that keeps the information. And Anthony Hopkins says to Alec Baldwin, he says, no, look, the Indians, the Aboriginal, whatever, I'm trying to use the right word and I'm screwing it up, so forget it. Okay, they had this process that you have to be brave, hold the spear. So they made a spear out of a branch of a tree, and the bear, as it comes to attack you, the spear by its own weight will die. But Alec Baldwin in the movie says, "No, we can't do that." And Alec Hopkins looks at him. He says, "No, what one man can do, another can do." That line is faith, not blind faith. It's conditioned faith. In the movie, beautifully portrayed what conditioned faith looks like. A very intelligent man who continuously develops into being a better version of himself. I don't care where you want to look for this. It all comes back to faith is deciding who you listen to, when fear shows up. That's basically what it is. And again, go in the comments. Let me know how this is resonating for you, because this is the way I wanted to share it with you, because I know I'm still here today, even in the worst times of my life, death of my mother, bone marrow transplant, huge problem with my children, my business. Like, I mean, we all have the same thing, but it's my faith that makes me laugh ha 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 when I face adversity. What do you do? So with no further ado, let's go see how my friend Melanie Miller will give you the scientific side of this, and maybe, hopefully, take down a few more notes.
Good morning, and I really want to tell you how much I enjoyed preparing for this podcast. So thank you, Maria, for that great introduction into a subject that some might see as squeechy, squeechy. Just believe and everything you ask for will come true. I don't think so. But my preparation into this subject firmed up my belief that your thoughts can have an amazing impact on your life. I'm going to start with something that occurred to me while I was reading this section. How we treat people as a society, the environments people live in, can have a profound effect on the outcome of a person's life. That seems obvious, doesn't it? And yet we treat some sectors of our community very badly. And what happens? They become even worse. In the book, Hill talks about how someone who is exposed to a criminal environment will first abhor the behavior. Then after more time, if they are left in that environment, they will accept the behavior. And then after more time surrounded by criminal activity, they will embrace the behavior. I wonder if the same effect is true for politicians. Maybe when first faced with what they view as unacceptable behavior and lies, they abhor it. When they have heard it often enough, they accept the behavior. And when they hear it even more and are immersed in it, they exhibit the behavior themselves. This is not heartening information. However, what is really good news is that the reverse has been shown to be true, and that is uplifting information for all of us. Reading some text about programs that are offered in different prisons around the world shows unequivocally that the better prisoners are treated, whether it is the environment they live in, such as a high security prison in Norway called Holden, where prisoners are encouraged to live as if they were living in the outside world, cooking meals, working, etc., or an intensive sports participation program, such as the Atlanta area of the USA, especially with the recent introduction of pickleball competitions, or the intensive education programs offered in New York, Virginia, New Jersey, as well as Australia and Norway. All of these changes have resulted in a big reduction of recidivism, the act of returning to prison for a reoffense. So we have to ask the question, why are not more prisons offering these opportunities when they have been proven to work? My answer would be money and politics. But having faith in the goodness of people will have a much more effective long-term improvement of our society than locking more people up in punitive environments where the only influence around them are tough, unforgiving guards and other criminals. So how does faith fit in with the Tupperware or any working life? I know that over the years at Tupperware, I have developed a faith in the process. Yesterday, I was talking to my husband, Alan, about how I was feeling. I felt uneasy about my business and was worried about how things were going. Alan said to me, when I'm worried about things, I have come to realize that it is because I'm not doing what I should do, and I know it. This got me thinking, and I realized the same was true for me. I have absolute faith in the process I use for my Tupperware business. I know it works. I've been down the path many times before, and I was grateful to Alan for pointing out the obvious to me. I was not doing what I know I needed to do to advance my business. Worrying about it is not the answer. You know what? Getting into action, doing the things that I know have worked and will worked is what made the difference. So guess how I'm feeling today? Recharged, reinvigorated, and in action. Having faith in the process is integral to my success at Tupperware. That does not mean that I have to be the best, but it does mean that I have to do everything that I know how to do, that I know that works, and that will bring peace of mind because I'm in action. So I leave you with this thought. Do you have faith in what you are doing, whatever it is? And if not, is it because you are not actually doing everything you could? Maybe because it requires a lot of effort on your part. When I listened to Monique's close to the Power Hour on Tuesday, it reminded me that our faith in the process can have an incredible effect on the people we meet. We owe it to them to embrace our faith and do what we need to do to bring them into the Tupperware fold at Les Diamants. And I also ask this question. Are we, as members of the human society, doing what we can to help people overcome their adversities and not fall victim to accepted bad behavior by our leaders? It's a heavy subject for me today, but a thoroughly uplifting one too. So now I'm going to leave you in the hands of Marie-Pierre, who I'm sure is going to take us to a quiz where maybe we are looking at our faith. Over to you, Marie-Pierre.
Thank you, Melanie. So yes, this morning we have a quiz to again see what is dominating our inner world. So what is going on in your head every day? Because we understand that it's the positive energy that will bring you that faith. So we want that faith. We want to delete all the doubt that we have in our mind. But for that, we have to have that good emotion, because that good emotion in our brain will repeat and repeat and repeat, and that will bring you that faith that you needed to achieve success. So the quiz this morning will help you to identify whether that faith or doubt again dominates your inner world and which emotional energy you are feeding every day. So how your mind is being programmed right now with those emotions. So let's start the quiz. So for each question, you can answer A, B, C, or D this morning. So question number 1. So when you think about what you truly want in life, what is the first emotional reaction that you have? A sense of pressure, stress, or a fear of failing. B, uncertainty mixed with self-questioning. C, excitement but also tension about timing. Or D, calm confidence that it will unfold. Question number 2. So, which emotional state describe most of your days? A, pressure, urgency, or worry. B, overthinking and caution. C, hope mixed with impatience. Or D, peace mixed with certainty. Question number 3. When you repeat affirmation or positive statement, how you feel about that? A, it's something forced or unrealistic. B, it's logical but emotionally flat. C, it's inspiring but inconsistent. Or D, it's that natural and emotionally aligned. Question number 4. When you picture success, what is the strongest emotion that you feel? A, relief from stress. B, doubt about sustainability. C, excitement mixed with urgency. Or D, gratitude and trust. And question number 5. What are your actions are most often driven by? A. The fear of losing. B. The fear of being wrong. C. The desire to prove yourself. Or D. The desire to grow. So did you get mostly A's, mostly B's, mostly C's, or mostly D's? So if you have it mostly A, it's again your doubt that dominates. So that fear and pressure dominate your emotional energy. So your subconscious is being programmed by survival instinct and not belief. So your next step is not to put more effort, but it's the emotional regulation and safety first. Now, if you have it mostly B, you are in the unstable belief. So you believe intellectually, but emotionally you hesitate. So your subconscious receive mixed signals. So the next step will be that consistency and self-trust. Now, if you have it mostly C, you are developing your faith. So you are building belief, but impressions interfere. So your subconscious is activated, but not yet anchored. So your next step is learning to stay calm while waiting. And if you have multi D, now it's that faith that dominates. So your emotional state support, belief, and persistence. So your subconscious receive that clear instruction. So your next step is to maintain that emotional discipline and trust. So 3.2 practice to shift from doubt to faith. So number 1, you want to practice calm repetition instead of emotional force, because repeating a desire with tension will weaken your faith, but repeating with calm certainty will strengthen it. So lower the volume but increase the consistency. Number 2, you want to monitor what is your dominant emotional habit. So ask yourself daily, what emotion am I practicing most? Is it fear? Is it impatience? Is it trust? So with that, what is that emotional emotion that you're practicing most during your day? So your subconscious will follow whatever you rehearse. So first is awareness. So monitor what is your dominant emotion every day. And number 3, you want to choose the environment that will help you to support belief. So that will multiply again in negative, rush, or cynical spaces. So faith will strengthen calm, focus, and forward thinking environment. So protect what you listen to, what you read, what you discuss, and the people around you. So remember, the environment is a big part of your faith. So the mind does not necessarily respond to effort if you keep doing it, but just with force instead of with calm, and that you know that it's coming. Now it will change everything. So it's not just if you believe, but what are the emotion within that belief that will make a difference for you. So on that, I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.